If you're like us, your jalapenos are coming in strong. So this is what we picked just yesterday. So we decided to make a jalapeno hot sauce. So we're going to start with 1 pound of jalapeno peppers that we will just take the stems out and the seeds out, just rough chop if you want. But before that, we're going to start with our onion and garlic, and we'll go put those. We'll start by turning on our stove to medium heat here, and just adding, about a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil or whatever cooking oil you prefer. And once that heats up, we add our half an onion that I just diced here, and then put in 2 cloves of garlic, or the equivalent of minced garlic is what we're going to use. And we will just saute this until these are translucent, starting to brown, 3 or 4 minutes here. All right, once you've cooked your onions and garlic, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of fresh oregano. You can also do dried, but only use about a teaspoon then. We'll also add about a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, and just cook for about a minute. Once those have cooked for about a minute, add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then we'll add 3/4 cup of white vinegar and 1/2 cup of water, along with our jalapenos. I'm gonna go ahead and simmer these, stirring occasionally until your jalapenos are softened. We want them soft enough to run through the blender without any issue. So probably 10 minutes or so. That will simmer these, again, stir occasionally. Once everything is nice and soft here, we're going to turn off the heat and just let it cool for a little while. And then we will transfer it to a blender or food processor, where we'll be adding the last couple of ingredients. Right, once it's cool, transfer it to a blender. We're just using a Ninja, and then use about 10 sprigs of cilantro in here. And then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of lime juice. You can also just juice 1 lime if you have a fresh one. We'll add this, and then we're just going to blend it until it's okay, and then when you're done, you can pour it into your favorite container or serve right away. We are going to pressure can this, but you could just store it in your fridge for a week, or store it in your freezer for 3-6 months. This made about 3 half-pint jars, just for reference. And I don't remember off the top of my head how we can it here, but we do it on high pressure in the Instant Pot for about 15 minutes. Otherwise, I believe it should be 11 PSI in your normal pressure canner for 15 minutes. There's some more in there I'll scrape out, but that's just a reference so you can see. And you can see what it is. It is very spicy. Don't let your kids into it unless they're into really spicy. I'd also recommend wearing gloves when handling any of this, because it does get into your skin. Hopefully you enjoy this with your next nacho or taco adventure, or whatever else you like hot sauce on.